driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. We're going to be looking at merging on the expressway, accelerating up to speed, identifying proper gaps, maintaining proper speed and following distance. We're also going to be identifying proper signals. Then we're going to be doing merging on off the expressway, and then finally end up on Gratiot. When you first get in the vehicle, put on your seatbelt, frame the rear window in the mirror. I'm looking straight ahead. I am at the gas station. Gas is $7 a gallon. How much is gas near you? I'm in drive, so I'm going to show you this view. We got to be very careful. I'm going to pull out, and I got to get over. A lot of beginning drivers go on the wrong side. I'm making a left turn, but I got to come out on the right side. I don't know why beginning drivers do that, but there is a lot of traffic, as you can tell, and I'm waiting for a gap. I might be lucky. Here's my gap. All right, got out. Pretty good. Turn on left turn signal. I'm waiting. I don't know what they're doing. Could be a backup on I-94. We're going to go ahead and see what's going on. It does concern me some. There's a lot of traffic in the morning. And this is real life. We're not modifying it. Gratiot is backed up, so we're going to take the expressway, I-94. This goes through Detroit and Chicago. So we always make content in those areas. And then if you're in the area and you want to learn how to drive, you need to reach out to me. Also, we're going to do some other collaborations with other instructors as well as a trucking company. Man, look at this. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is why there's so much traffic. It's backed up. Oh, my God. Well, we are early, and we're going to be dealing with this, and there's no backing out now. And we'll just deal with it and be patient. I always tell you, leave early. And I love this because this is real life. This is through Detroit, through Chicago, and we'll get out. We can make decisions. We have to go down a couple miles. We could end up taking Gratiot, but in many cases, this is what no one wants to video. No one wants to show you. No one wants to do a masterclass, but I'm showing you. We have fuel. Thank God I got fuel. We would have ran out on the expressway trying to cut it too short. Lesson learned. The earlier me did that. So we do not want to get caught up. Okay? Eventually this lane will end. I don't want to wait till the last second. So I'm turning on my left turn signal. I'm following him behind the semi truck. I'm not going to wait till the last second and rely on someone else to let me in. I'm actually going to wave to this person and just get over and be courteous. So we're out here. You see real life. We see this crane truck. And it might be easier to stay on. So we're going to deal with this. Unless you get an alert, you don't know what traffic situations will be like. And because this is a major interstate running east and west, you will have backups, you will have accidents, semi-trucks coming from out of the country, going across the Midwest part of the country. So we're just going to see what's going on. If it's a lot of slow and go, we'll analyze the data and make decisions. Now, Gratiot will be overloaded with a lot of traffic, and that might not be a good idea. So we'll find out. Yesterday, we had a very good video. I drove a lady who had cerebral palsy. She's 21, and her second drives were pretty good. She was more consistent. Cerebral palsy is a muscular neural disease. I could not speak and say that yesterday, but I'll be getting those videos out to you as soon as possible. We're going to be driving her again on Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. She went to the Mount Clemens Trap area. She made pretty good turns. She has a spinner knob on her steering wheel because she has limited use of her arms. I'm going to let them. And the one thing I want you to say is not panic. If you're going to panic, then you're going to have an accident. I don't know how far ahead this accident is or breakdown, but I'm trying to calculate in my mind, is it best for me to stay on here? Should I not stay on here? We have food, we have gas, our bladder is empty, so we don't have those real life human needs. So we're in air conditioning. We can reach out to our boss if we need to. I have a very good record of not being late. And I think that's really important that you understand that, because if things happen, you should be able to reach out to your boss. Listen, there's an accident on 94. No problem. Drive safe, get in. That's the type of boss you need. So if you're a boss, bosses don't talk, they listen. I'll say that again. If you're a manager, you're a boss, bosses don't talk, they listen. So I've learned to listen to my students, support them, analyze, but also as an instructor, this is real life out here, man. We got people from Michigan, we got people from Virginia, Oklahoma, Vegas, man. Yeah, they're from Oklahoma, they're from Georgia, man. So we're moving along, okay. I'm lying to you, it's stop and go, right? No one wants to be stuck in major traffic like this, but accidents do happen. We're gonna look at some crash test data, analyze where it happens, how it happens. There are certain areas, but it's driver error, mainly going too fast, falling asleep at the wheel. And we have about an hour, so they're breaking the law. Don't do that. Riding on the shoulder. But people get that freaking selfish. And then once one car does it, another car does it. They're from Ontario. And you see these big semi trucks here. It's about a 50-mile drive. But occasionally we've had other, it's not this, okay. This, okay. So I'm legal. This car almost sideswiped me. So we're legal to do this. We're gonna go ahead and get back on the crash. This is real life. So there's the accident on 94. We're gonna have to take some other roads. So you need to know different routes. And this is a beautiful picture, not the traffic jam, but that's okay. And you need to know more than one or two routes to get home, to get to your destination, to get to your job. And we're just going to be patient and not overreact. You get a chance to see real driving behaviors, how people drive, how people react. So we're just going to take, that's the vehicle that almost sideswiped me. People are freaking impatient, man. They act like idiots. But we're not going to let their stupidity change our behavior. I always want to speak true to you. And I think most of you will respect that. I'm really chilled in the car and relaxed. And I know it's a journey, so I'm not going to overreact. It's not like we got the digital presentation today and we got $1 million account. but this is why you have communication, and you're going to see driver behavior, blinkers, lack of blinkers, aggressive driving. So we're just going to take our time, and we're not trying to trigger anyone. We do have to get over 2 lanes to the left. So I'm going to wait and always leaving out. Man, I am driving. You see me. Okay, so if you just joined us, there's an accident on I-94 going through Detroit, maybe through to Chicago. So we're going to get back on Gratiot. You're going to see some real good driving today. Defensive driving, idiot driving, smart driving, smooth driving, relaxed driving. You're going to see all this today, and use this in their masterclass, because this is a masterclass. I'm going live every day, going to the journey, coming back home, different routes. Yesterday, we had to go by the Air Force Base because I made a wrong turn on 94. Okay, I'm getting over. And more instructors need to put this type of content out where you are interacting with traffic. We're doing commentary driving. We're at about 300-mile fuel range. Time is moving a little bit slow. The lights are being green for a long time, being red for a long time. It's just high volume traffic. And you'll see young drivers who are panicking and nervous. You'll see middle-aged drivers who are just more smooth. I'm more like that. You'll see old drivers who are just losing their freaking mind. But we all have to get to the same place. And we all are not trying to trigger people. The reality is people leave at the last second. I'm not guilty of that charge today, but I got up at 5. So, and all you do is just check your mirror, be patient. Everyone's looking at the clock. How long would it be? How long would it be? How long would it be? But once we get on Gratiot, we'll be able to make some better time, but it's going to be 10 times as much traffic gradually. Gratiot, and I'm estimating maybe 175,000 to maybe 210,000 daily traffic is pushed through to the downtown metro area and out. But don't hold me to that number. I'll do some research. And then when you're in traffic like this, I think of my driving fundamentals, being safe, taking my time, not losing my mind because we're late. But this is what traffic jams, because we're in a huge metropolitan area. Traffic will move really fast and then they stop really fast. I don't want to get rear-ended. There's a semi-truck driver behind me. And speaking of semi-truck drivers, I will be interviewing an owner-operator of a semi-truck driving school. And he is gracious enough to meet me, and we're going to interview him, get some content to really teach you some good driving fundamentals. And usually Gratiot is not like this, and then people are making illegal left turns because they're trying to beat the traffic. This is also a Michigan left. And then other states have this too. We talked about this in our masterclass. I went live. Yep, people are making these illegal left turns. So left lane must turn left at crossover. And then this is a great time for police to be out because they know what's going on. And usually I saw the state police getting fuel this morning. So usually the police are there just monitoring our safety, helping stranded motorists, but this is different because people are extremely impatient, extremely risky, and they think, man, I can do this. I'm going to go 130. I'm going to make this illegal turn. I'm going to drive on the shoulder on the expressway. And people have dash cams, people have cameras, and they get it. I almost got sideswiped getting off of 94. And I'm sharing this with you to help you in this driving environment. You might say, man, this guy, see, people make it, see, look at them. It's not this serious. Okay? It is not this serious. This is to Michigan left. It is not this serious. To save 30 seconds, you watch this video for me to model. And even if you weren't here, I would not make that illegal left turn because that's not in my DNA. The reason I have a good driving record is because I follow the rules and I'm consistent. If I was making content, do as I say but not as I do, you wouldn't respect me. Okay, because the more content I make, the more people know about this because I'm using better thumbnails, better titles, and we're stuck in traffic here. And then I see people still making that illegal turn. All it's going to do is just make more traffic, more risky, more dangerous. And I've never lost my mind, keep going, keep going. That's not my DNA. And either you're going to be a person who's smooth and chilled, and that's us. I'm modeling. Okay? And it's all good. Okay? Then some people cut through the gas station. That's called avoiding the light. That's illegal too. Now this environment will really teach us, be patient, take your time, go with the flow, be consistent, practice safe driving skills, because if you do, more than likely you'll get where you're going. And real talk, I've left about this late before a few times, but we didn't have this volume of traffic. But smart driving, smooth driving will get us to our destination. I love speaking truth to you guys. So we're going to come up here and make a right turn. We're going to go in the nearest lane. We want to squeeze our brakes. And then my driver with cerebral palsy, she has the center. And I'm going to go right in the nearest lane. Okay, here we go, here we go. And we're just gradually going to pick up speed. And then we see the Mount Clemens trap area up ahead of us. We originally should have taken this and saved about 15 minutes, but we were out of fuel. I said, hey, I can just jump on 94. But surprise, traffic accident. But this is not that bad, but there's going to be impact. And we want to take our time and be smooth and consistent. And you're going to see a lot of drivers. The most common thing is not using a blinker, excessive tailgating, distracted driving. So there are a lot of communities who are cracking down on this driving behavior. And we're in our groove, okay? We're back on Gratiot. We're smooth. And typically, this part of Gratiot is anywhere from 50 to 45. And then, of course, you have a lot of pedestrians. And as we get closer to the Mount Clemens trap area, now we're going to have heavier volumes of traffic. I'm trying to look ahead. I'm squeezing my brake. That driver just cut over really aggressive. Sorry about the bumps. Like someone broke some type of product. And if you look at my video from yesterday, we were keeping good space, lane line reference, real smooth driving. And as more people discover this content, we're here to help you. We're here to serve you. We're here to teach you. Ultimately, we love you to become a client and learn how to drive. Because I am a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens, teaching 24 years. And we want to continue to leverage good driving. I'm going to get over one lane to the left. I'm in the middle, but now I lifted off of my gas. Okay. Tailgating someone aggressively is not going to help. It's not. I'm just trying to be patient. Good speed control. And so far we're picking up, and it's not this bad, but I'm saying this early. We could get on the other major. Oh, now this person in this truck. Oh, I'm squeezing my brakes because you lose so much space so easy when bigger vehicles come out. Sorry about the bumps, but in certain communities, Motor City, Chicago, we just have inferior asphalt and inferior road products. Trying to keep moving very consistently, very smooth. And as long as the flow is moving, I'm fine with this. I'm gonna squeeze my brakes. We're not trying to run the light. That's a great way to get a ticket, great way to have an accident. I'm checking my surroundings, I'm checking my mirrors, I'm looking around, I'm being patient. I'm looking for red light runners, drivers who are driving very aggressive. We're just trying to manifest safe driving practices, being consistent with our speed, our mirrors. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. We're on Gratiot. There was an accident on I-94, so we are dealing with a lot of traffic, as you can tell, and you're going to see drivers driving crazy, aggressive, not really making good choices here. But I'm just trying to be really patient. And if you were driving with me, I would say, let's just keep our space, take our time, because you can't rush a new driver because they don't have the experience, the ability. Really, it takes 10 years. So some of you are saying, I know how to drive. Okay, let's put you in the city, blindfold you, spin you around 3 times, and then see. Okay, I don't know what areas you're from. I'm from the Midwest. Where are you guys from? We have people from UAE, Australia, New York, California, Mississippi, UK. So we're just taking our time. And you can see the broken white lines. So, and as we go through this journey, if you want to be interviewed to get on our show, our podcast, you need to reach out to me. And ultimately, we're making content not just to make content, but to make content to teach you how to drive, driving lessons, digital products. So we're not just making content to say, woohoo, we're making content. No, it's deeper than that. We want you to drive. We want you to learn how to drive. We want to jump. So speed is okay. And it's starting to rain too, so that's going to add a little bit of complexity. Sorry about the bumps, but this is real. All roads aren't smooth. And in some areas of the state, the speed limit is 75. Right now, we're at 30 miles an hour. Whoa. And we're just going to keep moving nice and smooth. Want to be patient. And I'm trying to keep a good following distance, 1001, 1002, 1000. I'm about 2.5, 3 seconds away from the Subaru. And we're gonna keep going. This trailer is from Wisconsin. And we're now in the no zones, left side, right side, front and back. So we want to get in and out of the semi-truck's no zones. The Subaru keeps tailgating, and I'm wondering why they are doing this, because this sends a confusing message to me and other drivers. As you look at this video, look at the motion blur left and right. We're really smooth. We're not charging at this vehicle. I'm looking to the left, over the vehicle, under the vehicle, to the right. I'm viewing, I'm keeping an out. SIPDE process. And you can tell by the sound. I have the microphone on, and you can tell by the sound of the car. There's also a city bus to my right that's flying pretty fast. And those city bus drivers have had issues too, have actually struck cars. And several pedestrians have gotten hit by a bus because they don't see you. Huge blind spots. I'm going to change lanes. I'm staying consistent. I want to be predictable. If you were driving, I would say, let's keep our distance, slow down. I see the vehicle behind me, but I'm not worried about the vehicle behind me. I see the yellow light ahead. I see the green light ahead. I'm squeezing my brakes. I'm being predictable. I don't want to get rear-ended. The gray Explorer is tailgating me, and they're changing multiple lanes. So you can see behavior of drivers. Whenever you slow down and stop, I need to see you looking in your mirrors. We're preparing you for your driving test. So you can see out of my back window. There's no one behind me currently. I'm looking to the left, looking to the right. And I'm just going to squeeze the brakes. I want to see the rear of the tires on the ground. I see the Traverse, the Silverado, the creeper white van. I'm joking. But you got to be aware, always aware. And then you hear people speeding, cutting lanes. They're always hoping, listen. Okay, these trucks are coming up, shifting. Yep. Hear that truck? You hear that truck? I wanted you to hear the sights and sounds of the city. All right. So we're back up to speed. I'm scanning, keeping the following distance. And that's our buffer. You always want to have an out. O-U-T. I'm looking left, middle, and right. Trying to be, hey, if you just joined us, there was an accident on I-94. We tried to take that, but I went down and got off the next exit. We were stuck on Gratiot, people making illegal left turns. But now we're a little bit more consistent. Sorry about the video that's shaky. I have the Magic John phone and camera holder, but for some reason, the video is getting a little shaky here. I see cars cutting over, 3 blinks, 4, and then they're tailgating. So that puts me in danger. I see a green light and a red light. The white truck is tailgating. How can you tell? Because they keep tapping brakes and tapping brakes and tapping brakes and tapping brakes. We want to be consistent by staying in the middle lane. That's usually the smooth lane. So your instructor is squeezing his brakes. In fact, I'm going to get over, accelerate through. This lane is more open. And then I'm lifting my foot, keeping that following distance. And then we need to get the OB2 connector to hook up so you can see the engine shifting, the RPMs, the spark advance, torque management. I like to know about what is my car doing when I press the gas, what is happening. You can see these cars changing lanes crazy. It's not this serious. We're almost up to I-94. I'm gonna get over one lane to the right. Okay, this is usually a little bit out of my style, but we're open lanes and I'm still moving legally, okay? And we're moving, you can start to see more gaps. Now, it's no promise. There could be a major accident on I-94 and I have to get back over 3 lanes. We're on Gratiot and we want to stay consistent. We want to stay smooth. I'm going to get over when I can. Don't wait till the last second to get over. Now, we still could take Gratiot all the way down, but it would add about 20 minutes to our drive. I'm going to get over one more lane. And you get a chance to see me make a lot of lane changes, smooth and intentional. The black Ford Fusion, their rear tire is a little low on air. The right one. I'm keeping space. There's a lot of cars around us. Hey, if you just joined us, I-94, there was an accident. I had to get fuel. I'm going to get over one more lane to the left. I had to get fuel. So I made the mistake to get on I-94. Huge traffic jam. Now we're back on Gratiot, and I'm trying to slow down real easy. I don't want to get rear-ended. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. We're trying to make real-life content. I did a 35-minute or 39-minute masterclass on driving in Detroit. The whole setup, it was really nice to do that. I'm an educator, I'm an instructor, so we're stuck in traffic. And you just need someone who's calm. My student yesterday who has cerebral palsy said, "You are so nice. My other instructor would always scream at me and just make me so nervous." I was saying to myself, you have cerebral palsy. You have hand controls on your car. Why would a human do that? And guess what? We drove without her mother. Sorry. No cap, Mom. But she was 100% better because her mom was so nervous, grabbing the handle, an invisible handle. Her mom was clocking her teeth. Okay, so I'm going to take my time. And I tell you this because it's true. Parents, you brought them in that can take them out of this world, but I'm the one that's going to drive them. And then once the second or third drive, they start talking to me. They start trusting me, building the relationship. And I've learned to be a counselor. I learned to listen. Okay. We're going to be getting on I-94. Hopefully, it's okay. And these 2 lanes merge into one. So either I'm going to be, whoa, we saw that white truck. Either I'm going to be an early merger or late merger. Usually I'm early. Oh my God. I just don't know. I'm panicking. I'm looking up there at the ramp and traffic is moving very slow. I wonder if I made a mistake. We may have. There's nothing I can do now. I mean, if I really needed to, I could turn on my blinker and just go rogue and cut over, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to have positive. Now, if you hear doubt in my voice, it's true. I'm trying to see if traffic is moving. And it looks like they kind of stuck there on the ramp. But at least we went about 9 miles. But I guess we're going to find out. And I'm just trying to be patient. Because you watch this for my stability, my sense of humor. Okay, the one thing we don't want to be, whoa. Okay. I don't want to be behind this truck. I don't want to be behind this truck. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, don't want to be behind this truck. The truck's bigger than me. You can go. See, I'm squeezing my brakes. I'm letting the truck go. I'm not stupid. I am not stupid. This car's not going to let me in. So, I'm just squeezing in. Okay. And that was serious, guys. I was a little nervous. But am I going to accelerate? This truck is bigger than me. I'm taking my time. Traffic is moving. Okay, this is real life. So solid white line, you can't cross the white line. The truck is on the line. If I was there, instructor, I would say, you know what? You're not doing what we need. Turning on my left turn signal. Real life driving. We're going to get out here. I'm being predictable. And that's okay. I'm protecting my space. This is real life driving. This is highly stressful. And I want you to see this. More instructors need to do this. Have drone shots. Have in-car. Okay, I'm going to get over. Taking my time. Lucid air. We're managing. We're managing. We're at 40 and a 70. No zones. Left side, right side, front and back was steering away from semis. In and out. I'm going to let the Charger go by. And I'm going to get over one lane to the left. This Charger and Lucid must be racing. We're not trying to do that. We're picking up speed now. I don't want to accelerate too fast because people will end up cutting off. And I'm not turning the wheel as much. I want to be patient. We're at about 70. And I think through good time management, lane line reference, good speed control, we'll arrive alive. That's our goal. We're in the left lane because we have the yellow line to the left. If we were in the right lane, we have the solid white line or edge line. Maintaining pretty good smoothness. And my student said, hey, we really like the deep I-94 drive. And then my student said practicing merging off and on really taught us consistency. So they said around lesson 3, we need to start doing expressway. I usually wait to 4 or 5, not 6 or 7. I'm joking with you. But this teaches you balance and harmony and pacing. And I know it can be overwhelming. I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want to show you real life. And I think that's what good instructors do, is they're patient, they're kind, and they show you a perspective to help you understand. Like, for instance, we're in I-94. This is through Detroit. This is through Chicago. We're maintaining it. And some parts of 94 turn into 2 lanes, and that can be really congested. Some turn into 4, and then some turn into 6 through Indiana, which we've been through to go to Joliet drag strip. I got invited there last year to make some content, and it was a blessing. So we're maintaining. Whoa, what are they doing? You saw how hesitant, but real talk. That's how my driver with cerebral palsy would do. She would kind of jerk the wheel. And I am going to make some content in her vehicle. She said, you're the first instructor that wanted to drive my car. I said, I want to know how you feel and how you move. She has a spinner on the steering wheel because she's left-hand dominant, but this black vehicle is kind of throwing me off a little bit. And what she does, and I'm just squeezing my brakes, keeping my space. What she does is she has a hand control. Up is for braking, down is for acceleration. And I drove it, and it's really terrifying because mentally you do the opposite. And the car has rapid acceleration. Now I'm going to make a video on this and actually show it to you. Okay, I'm going to get over one lane. I'm hesitating a little bit. And we're just staying smooth and consistent. And you can see how we're moving. We're not hitting this curve at like 800. I'm going to get over. Whew. And I would say, listen, and then I can't wait to get her in heavy traffic like this. But you're probably saying, she can't handle that. She's been driving. Another company taught her how to drive. Okay? And the instructor said, let's just go on the freeway. Let's get her out. And she is better, but I want to see her in heavy traffic. This is the truth. Anyone can drive when there's no cars around. Oh, come on, let's go. Okay, Dad. Okay, Mom. We're at 40 and a 55. But this is why you watch. You want to see the cutoffs. You want to see the tailgates. You want to see the Chargers flipped over. You want to see the people pulled over. And we've seen all this all during the whole year of making this content and going deeper. So we're in the right lane. You see the speed limit is 55. We're at 40. We're 15 under the limit. Now, if she drove it like this, she would definitely have a restricted license. And she has to go back to college in August. So we're trying to drive twice a week. And it's not free. I'm not free. I am expensive. So don't think I'm just doing this. This blinker was on a really long time. Trying to move nice and smooth. Be patient. Trying to stay consistent. Because there's sudden backups. This reminds me of Detroit, Indiana, Houston, Texas, because they're just sudden stops. So you've got to pay attention. Trying to be very predictable. Sorry about that. Right about now, we turn on our right turn signal. So let's drivers know. Coming off on the Ross, 94. All right. I'm going to squeeze our brakes. Go up really easy. Really easy. And turn on our left turn signal. We got to go through the crossover. And driving it is a little stressful, I'm not going to lie. It can be a bit much. A truck driver was interviewed because the Gordie Howe Bridge will be opened up. He said, yeah, drivers are a little crazy. Gets a little stressful to have a complete stop. All right, then we're going to do the crossover. And there's some gain writing. We're on the service drive. And then we have guide signs, regulatory signs, which are stop signs. And you have to stop, S-T-O-P. We want to have a complete stop. 1001, 1002, 1003. And then we're going to turn hand over hand in our turn and hand over hand out. We signal our intention. We want to go up covering our brake. Oh my goodness. And parking lots are the most dangerous place. So we want to be patient. And we talked about lane line reference. Having good speed control, lane line reference, and identifying dangers. We're going to be going live later. I want to say around 11:30. We're going to talk about driving with cerebral palsy, driving in the sea. How do we train? How do we coach? I got to do research, so I speak with intelligence. Subscribe to the channel. 24 years of experience teaching adults and teens, making real life content through Detroit, through Chicago, Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, California. Bye.